Hi, my name is Chen. Today I will be talking about our research. Chatbot personality drives co-design activity within the context of migrants. This is a joint work with Yichen, Mika, Nieminen, and Andrés Lucero, and was done at Aalto University and EIT Digital. In 2017, Hamburg, Germany was developed to support social integration of newcomers as an information portal. Chatbots are considered as an alternative to enhance the information-seeking experience through easy and real-time conversations. When designing products for migrants, the diversity of migrants requires co-design where different voices can be heard to achieve a holistic understanding of them. However, in the HCI community, there is a lack of research of empowering migrants in co-designing chatbots. This brings us to the core question of our research. How can co-design participants be empowered in designing a chatbot, supporting social integration within the context of migrants? The term co-design refers to involving anyone affected by design in the design process. Co-design occurs through events where designers and people create jointly. More specifically, co-design utilizes tools enabling non-designer participants to create in a designerly way. Co-design can appear in different stages of the design process, especially the ideation stage. The HCI community had past work in exploring co-design approaches. The listed co-design approaches forms a basic mechanism that designers, users, and stakeholders jointly perceive problems, conceive solutions, and then implement and evaluate solutions. Some people may ask, what is a chatbot? A chatbot is a machine system designed to simulate and reproduce an intelligent conversation with users. Chatbot present an availability to billions of users in real time and low threshold access to data and service for the general public. Research has shown people tend to attribute personality to chatbots. A chatbot requires personalities to build an impression that the chatbot exists as an intelligent being and to become convincing in the user's eyes. We begin this work by conducting an online questionnaire which explores how migrants find information and how they feel throughout the whole process, as well as how they expect the chatbot personality to be. We found migrants face psychological issues like racism and stereotyping by the host community. They reflect a mental model where they regard friends and community as primary and reassuring supporter. We then use empathy prompts to explore how migrants interact with a pre-designed chatbot prototype and how they perceive the chatbot personality. The migrant reportedly expect to engage with the chatbot psychologically and emotionally. A rigid and unnatural dialogue would reduce their desire of using the chatbot. As we all aware, user feedback is important for training chatbot, but the participants were not motivated to give feedback unless they were extremely satisfied or dissatisfied. The user research finding leads to the following design question. First, what personality does an anthropomorphic chatbot avatar need to possess to create an emotional engagement with migrants? Second, what represents a natural conversation flow between the users and the chatbot, which enhances the efficiency of question answering? Last, how to motivate the users to train the chatbot while engaging in a natural conversation? To address the first design question, we organized the first co-design workshop where participants devised chatbot personality and corresponding visual embodiment using a persona creation toolkit. They jointly defined 6 critical characteristics for a chatbot: reliable, efficient, friendly, reassuring, energetic, and optimistic, which leads to the 3 avatar proposal. The first candidate, Iker, is a pigeon-like avatar communicating information and delivering peace and love to migrants. The second candidate, Niklaus, is creative based on a human persona. He is defined as a German researcher of cultural science. The final candidate is Eric, who is a friendly and helpful technological being. The three proposals are then evaluated by more migrants through a survey. Most respondents voted for Yichen. They think Yichen is more friendly, funnier, and cuter. Besides, a pigeon-like avatar looks more peaceful and relaxing, and psychologically, the user can feel safe in a conversation. The final avatar is then created based on the workshop outcome and the survey findings. The second workshop aims to address the last two design questions, aka creating a conversation flow with considering how to motivate users to readily answer. The participants define user persona for the chatbot and then write simple dialogue in a role-playing way. After the chatbot starts the conversation with a safe introduction and some FAQs. Once Yichen is confident to give an answer, he sends a confirmation to reassure the users. According to the finding of user research, when chatting with chatbot, users are usually cooperative and they follow instructions proposed by the chatbot. In light of this, Yichen sends a follow-up question to review the answer quality. If the chatbot is less confident in its question answering, it provides the top 3 answers which are most relevant to the given topic. If the chatbot fails to understand the user query, Yichen apologizes and then asks the user to rephrase their questions. At the same time, users are given another solution that the unanswered question would be directed to the staff of Hamburg, Germany. After the co-design workshop, the graphical user interface is then created. User experience of the chatbot is evaluated by using the method called MAX. 17 migrants participated in the evaluation. The proposed concept received positive feedback in general. All the participants agree that Yichen is very friendly, both in his look and actions. 65% of them reported that the way Yichen handles low-confident question answering is efficient. 85% of them are satisfied with the value path. They feel reassured to some extent even though they cannot get an answer immediately. However, there are still some usability issues to be fixed. For example, the participant reported asking them to verify all the system prompt is a heavy task. More than half of them complain choosing an answer from the candidate list is inefficient. The requesting support button "Help I'm stuck" is regarded as offensive to some users as it makes them feel they are incapable. Through this work, we noted the co-design participants without a design background can produce concepts by using a generated toolkit and their conversation behaviors like designer. Although the provided tools can give the participants abilities to define chatbot personality, they might also limit the participants' imagination. Through an empirical case study, we have shown chatbot personality drives chatbot co-design activity as a goal, a direction, and a criteria. The chatbot personality truthfully transfers the user's program and expectation into a specific and definable experience. The co-design participants know what characteristics should be given to the chatbot. With personality, the evaluators can know how much the design needs to be improved to meet the set goals. In conclusion, in this work, we conducted a co-design study to understand how migrants can be empowered in designing a chatbot supporting social integration. With the support of co-design tools, we engage migrants in a series of exploratory investigations. Through this work, we found that chatbot personality can support migrants and drive co-designing a chatbot as design goals, design direction, and design criteria. Thank you. We are happy to take any question via email.